show you how to upgrade, how to update content using the migration dashboard that the Drupal content management system provides and is embedded in the Drupal Ecological Information Management System. And we're going to use that dashboard to migrate content that has been updated in the source, which is just another Drupal site in this case, and add it to the content that we already migrated. So for doing that, I'm going to share the screen. Bear with me 1 second. All right, let's share the screen. Okay. So I got here a migration dashboard for this site, right? As you can tell, it's called DEIMS Drupal 6 migration, and that's because the source in this case is Drupal 6. And we already migrated a bunch of nodes or entity instances. In this case, I had 18 organizations that were moved. I have a few terms from diverse vocabularies that have been moved. I had users in the original Drupal site, and that have been moved as well. And I have a few new nodes and files, as you can tell, that now appear in the system. So in this case, in the unprocessed, that signals the items, the number of items that have been added recently. So in this case, I have 3 files, a couple of nodes that represent locations or research sites. We also have a few data sources or metadata about data, new people for the directory, and even 1 data set. I'm going to show you how to migrate this or how to update this. It's actually quite simple. Now, you have to respect the hierarchy. Just try to migrate first those items that are not dependent on other items, and then the ones that have dependencies. So, for example, files and locations don't depend on anything. So I'm going to start by locations. I'm going to click on the DEIMS content research site migration. I'm going to check the box to the left, and I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to say, from all the operations, I'm going to say import. And it says that I'm not authorized. That's because I'm not logged in, right? You have to log in with some sort of credentials, right? Let's see if this password works. No. Maybe this other one works. Yes, no? Oh. It is temporarily blocked. Oh, funny. Let me see if I can request a new password, and whether that works. I don't remember, but it's possible that it would. I will get a password now, resetting my email, my login. I apologize for that. And if that is so, I will reset it and be able to finish this. If I don't get, it's not the end of the world, because what I will do is using this interface, I will use Drush to reset my password. If you feel curious about it, I'll show you how. So now that I'm logged in the system, I am going to go to the Drupal install. I just say drush ULI, and that will just give me a temporary login, a one-time login link, really, which I'm going to copy into the browser, by the way. So I'm going to copy this in here. Oh, I know, I was pointing it to a different, sorry. All right, so here it is. I have, apologize, I was pointing to the wrong instance. All right, well, anyway, I have here the migration dashboard, and here is the research site, and there are a couple of new nodes. There's also a couple of, about 6 new people. I'm gonna start by the locations. I'm gonna see whether I can upgrade those 2 nodes by hitting execute in the import. And it says that there was a dependency on the user. So let's just first migrate those new users. And you see it updated one user and ignored 3 of them, but it processed 4. So now it has all this. And now that I've done that, it's possible that this will work, the research site migration. And it did. So it processed the 2 additional user. Why it says that there are 0 update? Well, this is a bit of semantics. It really has to do with what is defined by update. By update, it means that it would update previously imported content. Now, I don't want to update things that we're already imported. You know, all I want to do is import the new ones. Now, if you know for a fact that in the source, those nodes or those items have been updated, then you will click this box before performing the import operation. But in this case, I know that all I wanted is a new node. So I imported that. I'm gonna also import the people right here. For doing that, I'm gonna execute here. And what is going to happen is that it's going to create 8. It did update 5, and it's done now. So it processed 13 of them. Right, so we are done with the person, and there are other nodes that need updating, including the content file and the data set. So we can do that, update those. The data file, it depends on file. So let's do the file first. I had to update to do the file. The file is an interesting migration. It will register physical files such as photos or CSVs or things like this. So in principle, I will have to go to the file system and put those in location, right? So, but I'm not gonna do that right now in the spirit of time. And so the machine is going to complain that it didn't find the files, but and it failed because of that. But that's what I would do. I would have to locate these files and place them in the file system so Drupal can find them. In this case, it didn't, but at least I think we go over this hurdle by doing that. All right, so the data file has run. I created one additional node for the data file, and finally, we're gonna go to data set, which is the last item that we have. It might fail because it might have additional dependencies. I don't remember, but in this case, it didn't. So it just created one, updated one, and it's all done. So it was as simple as that. Anytime that you have migrations that are unfinished, and while you're finishing them, the sources keep changing. This is kind of the mechanisms that you will use. You don't need to freeze and tell everybody not to update the content in the source. All you need to do is visit this interface because it keeps track of the system will keep track of what it already migrated, and it will detect new things and new items, and it will do its best. Always please verify the migration by just going to the home page and just see what kind of new data sets or what kind of new things have happened, and verify that everything went according to what you expected. But that is really all. There's not much to it. And I'm gonna stop right here, and I hope you like this. It's a really powerful mechanism to keep track of your migration, and there is no need to stop the legacy system. You can just have both concurrent systems for a while. Until the next broadcast, goodbye. I'm gonna now, what I'm gonna do is start the broadcast by doing here.